And a great big hey-o to everybody out there. Well, I was going to say howdy, but then Hank looked up and actually he ended up just knocking something down the moment I even started saying howdy, so. Anyway. Hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in Lobachevsky Station, in the Antal system, controlled by the Guardians of Harmony. And, well, I wanted to be in the beta, but I ran afoul of a rather nasty bug. So if you're in the beta, do not, I repeat, do not, I say again, do not try to upgrade your ship at Black Hide. Well, no, Wallenby, yeah, I know that. I know that. I was in the beta yesterday, but then I updated my ship. I was changing around some modules, upgrading some modules at Black Hide to test out the new engineering system, and I ended up crashing down to desktop. And now, my ship, my Chieftain, it's locked in there, and I can't, if I try to enter the game in open, if I try to enter in private, if I try to enter in open, private, solo, hell, if I try to enter in arena, all I can do is click on that, and then it'll wait a few seconds and crash me back down to desktop. I tried entering into regular Elite instead of the Horizons beta. I tried the Elite beta, thinking, hey, I'll trick it into taking me back into orbit. Nope, still crashed to desktop. So, I am locked out of the beta. The good news is they know about it and they said they'll have a patch coming next week. Until then, well, back to the regular grind, which, it's the regular grind. I'll get to the Chieftain eventually. Let's see here. Shoutouts: Tygon Star, Lestat 0011, and Jhoff 909. Thank you all for following. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy the show. As always, I've got an Alex in my ears. I've got a Hank behind me scratching away. And I've got a Yuki who is looking very Sphinx-like and serene. So, what are we doing here in the Antal system? Well, yeah, iMage. I am locked out of the beta. Anybody that updates their Chieftain, and I'm not sure if it's just the Chieftain, but if you do, if there's certain mods, and I haven't tracked it down yet, but, yep, cool cats. Yeah, they haven't, I don't know if they've entirely tracked it down yet, but I am stuck at the engineer's base on Weird. So, let's go pick up some stuff that, probably make me a very wanted man. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to activate some stuff here. Need to activate my market connector. Orbital strike imminent. Please seek shelter immediately. Did you finally get around to Marco Quent? Are you giving him his comeuppance? And let's get Elite Track running here too. And set up for trade. All right. Oh, Hair Trigger, thank you so much for those bits. Thank you so much. Holy crap, bits! I'm still getting used to this. An orbital strike wasn't scheduled today. I know, and yet here we go. We got a bits bomb. Hot damn. Okay, so let's, I don't have any supply here. I was misled on the amount of supplies available here. That is unfortunate. See, what I'd been planning on doing was picking up some narcotics here and there and dropping them off elsewhere. You know, falling off a truck kind of thing. Kind of like the way my dad used to get fireworks. He said he knew a guy who found them after they fell off the back of a truck. Let's see. Let's go to EDDB and let's pull up something new here. Narco-Quent. Yeah. That's another way to put it. Athador, hope everyone's flying safe and having a good day today. Yeah, I hope so. Thank Jeebus, it's Friday. I did get around to some testing yesterday, and I don't know. I got some thoughts on the engineering system. Not all good ones, but I'm going to try to keep it low sodium. I mean, very first off, the materials traders, that's a good idea. And I think that would have gone a long ways towards alleviating the situation as it currently stands on the live build. But that's about the best I can say. Let's see. Oh, from Athador PSA, Fuel Rats will answer calls on the beta if we have folks available. Excellent. Glad to hear that. You rats, you do the Lord's work. Okay, let's find something I can trade out of here, and we'll just start poking around. Origin system, Antol. Actually, let's see here. Let's load up the commodities trade here. Let's see if I'm just at the wrong station. Charnas Dock, that's my problem. Terminus, hey there, 07 Commander. There we go, now we're set up, just parked in the wrong spot. You know how it goes. Gear up.
Landing coupler disengaged. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
After what happened with the passenger missions... Oop. Okay, that wasn't my fault. That was focus getting taken away from my, that was focus getting taken away from my screen at a bad point. But with what happened to the passenger missions, I've decided, you know, maybe it's time to go into more profitable, less legitimate kind of trade. I mean, yeah, it's nowhere near the fun of... Well, it's nowhere near the profit of passenger missions. But I think it's getting up there in fun. And on your infotainment system, you ought to see a link to Elite Track on the center right of your screen. And if you don't, try reloading the page. Hank, what in the hank are you doing? He is trying to eat a lamp. Hi, Mage. I wish they offered a Red Cross skin for rescue missions. That'd be nice, or at least some variation of, because... Yeah, the Red Cross actually sued. You can't use a Red Cross on... in any kind of game or entertainment programming anymore. I don't, well, I know it happened around 10 years ago, but I don't know the exact timing on it. Hair trigger, use the Swiss flag. There you go. Then again, can't you only get that put on a Viper 3? That's not exactly... You know, when I think of long-range rescue craft and buddy pack fuel tankers, the Viper Mark III is pretty close to the top of the list of a list of things that I'd put at the bottom of that list. Not at all like going after anacondas with a hauler. Look, buddy. I may have been slightly drunk and it was on a dare. You're down?
Down and locked.
Thank you.
Go well.
We were all there. Okay, fine, so I wasn't drunk. I actually did that with full faculties. Here we go.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Let's see here. Now we got to go to the Irvasini system. I know, iMage. Witnesses are such a pain. Although, kind of funny about that, again, going back to that book I've been reading, the Fighter Pilot's Heaven. The deputy director of the National Air and Space Museum. And it was the stories that, you know, just his tales. He was a test pilot during the transition period between the Army Air Corps and the U.S. Air Force, as well as the transition period between prop planes to jets. He mentioned early on they were testing American versions of the V-1 Buzz Bomb, you know, a very primitive early cruise missile. And they were testing it out over the Florida coast, and every once in a while the gyros would just go a little crazy. So they're following this buzz bomb, and they couldn't open fire on it now because it was over a city. Well, it crashed, and later on they said the airbase got 5 or 6 different eyewitness reports. All said, yeah, we saw it go down, but we saw the pilot bail out. So much for eyewitness reliability. Okay, so we're loaded up. Now then, let's find a good place to sell. And that one I did have set up, somewhat. And that's in... Ray Dock, Irvasini. Alright. Let's get a system map there, and let's get the proper coordinates entered in. Well, that was easy enough. Let's see here, what's prohibited? Facilities, trade data... Oh, it's an anarchy. There's nothing prohibited here. Huh. SAR's disabled. That's unfortunate. Oh, I thought this would be more smuggling than it actually is. This is just like two lawless ports trading. Toxic waste, okay. Why would I want to transport that stuff? I want to make money. Gear up.
Retracting landing modules.
Unless that stuff's a lot more valuable than I've been led to believe, in which case, load me up. Let's see here. Highest profit at the moment appears to be... Highest profit appears to be basic medicines, and that's being transported out to the Pleiades. iMage. Our minds seem to prioritize expectations over evidence, which makes coding games oh so much fun. Point. And Kobo! Come on in! Pull up a seat. Welcome to the show. And a hearty 07, Commander. Just in case I've been out this way before and didn't actually honk the big horn. How's the drug running turning out? Splendid, once I found the right place to buy. Which, it's kind of funny, I mean, you know, just imagine... Remember how the old black market used to go? Where it was basically somebody screaming, "I want to sell illegal goods!" Just walk into the worst place you can think of and say, "Yes, I would like to buy one drug, please. I would like a drug." Come on. One marijuana's to go, please. Yep, exactly, Hare. Had an ex who absolutely carried every... Orion, please, sir, might I interest you in one of the drugs? Yeah. I had an ex who absolutely carried everything in her purse. You gotta... Somebody would complain, you know, I got a headache or something. She'd be right on top of them. You need something? I got something. I got reds, blues, uppers, downers, you name it. They did a blood test on her and it came back Care Bear. She was very happy. And yes, sorry, I couldn't quite get the deranged cackle out of my throat. A little too high for me. Though I do now need a sip of water for that one. Ah, much better. Knew somebody else who Their family was Russian immigrants, and very much trying to keep everything in the local Russian community where they were at. And so when she needed when they needed trying to remember who's the brother or the sister, but anyway, family went out shopping for a mattress and said, no, we know a place. And they test, good deals. They walked in and there were 3 guys around a table with guns, and one of them looked up and said, what do you want?
Increasing sensors to max.
Turns out this quote-unquote mattress store was actually a front for Russian mafia. And the folks, bless their hearts, just kept on persisting, well, we'd like to buy a mattress. You want a mattress from here? Yes. So they went back into the stockroom and pulled out like the one mattress they had. Ryan, listen, the Russian mob are surprisingly good folks. Well, I'm certainly not going to argue with it. Come a long way for what's in your hold. Don't try to run. Oh, thank you. I was hoping for some fun here. Ah, Raynor, the elite Diamondback Explorer. Excellent. You gonna show up and do something? You're just gonna circle like an idiot. iMage, the mattress with the one drug in it, please. Yes, that one. Ryan, alcohol makes them good friends. You're not wrong. Kinda Ling, you gonna do something? See, basically right now I am flying a big flag that says, "Board, please attempt to hijack." And these clowns can't even pull that off. Here, let me steer my ship around and line you up.
Identifying threat.
Weapons. Set 2-3. Air trigger in Soviet Russia, vodka drink you. Duh. iMage, how exactly are you supposed to give them 50k of cargo in 10 seconds? Hell if I know. Engines. Maybe he wants drugs. I'm pretty sure he wants drugs. And since I'm not even carrying illegal cargo in here, I'm just gonna go zipping around and... Yeah, you go into the jettison command and drop off, you know, how much you estimate it to be. Terminus, why are your lasers pulsing this way? Oh, they changed beam lasers around. Let me get an external view here. So, let me see here. So beam lasers now have these 2 barrels on them. And with the beam, they alternate between barrels. It keeps up one continuous beam, but it alternates between the emitters. And on the large beam, or the huge beam lasers, now they run 4 emitters. If your lasers pulse for more than 24 hours, please see your outfitter. Yeah, or get a new controller. Falcon to Lacey, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Docking request confirmed. Landing pad allocation received.
Access granted. Clear to land at docking bay 2-2.
Copy 2-2. Lights on.
Lights on.
I was kind of hoping to get some stealth practice down, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now. Gear down.
Lowering landing.
Do we think they'll add external cargo bays to hack the outside of stations? That would be nice. I mean, certainly more security to go, you know, playing around with. So when Beyond goes live, where will we see scouts? That's a good question, Ryan.
Station services are at your disposal.
They are slowly marching towards the bubble. Be it as it may, now you're 119 grand richer. This is true, Wallenby. This is true. Yeah, I don't know where we'll see the scouts, but we'll usually see them in class 4 or 5 threat level USSs. Well, nearly 200k. Not bad. Let's see. Wonder where a good place to sell liquor would be.
At maximum capacity.
Let's see. Commodities. Liquor. Looking to sell. I am in Ervasini. Find stations. Gray dock, right. Sell. Thomas Landing in the Willastsea system. Huh. Alright. Alicors, hello there. Well, that's not bad at all. What's the station? It is Thomas Landing. Alright. No, unfortunately, Alcors, I am locked out of the beta right now. I tried to update my ship at Black Hide, and something broke. Gear up. Seems like lots of people trying to update their ship, you know, for all the engineering changes, are now being locked out of the beta. I crashed down to desktop, I tried to log back in, I tried to log back in with regular Elite beta, Horizons beta, I tried open, I tried private, I tried solo. Hell, I tried the arena, and nobody goes there. Nothing. Kept crashing back to desktop. Good news is, they say they have a fix. Bad news is, it's gonna be in next week. Yes, but you would have thought before introducing the beta to the general public that they would have, you know, the one focused on changes to engineering, that they would have made sure that engineering, you know, kind of, I don't know. I guess when you've got a command line that just lets you put in whatever module the simulation says you can have, it's a little bit different. Alcors, you are thinking like a normal human being, not like a developer on a deadline. You know, the smartass portion of me wants to say they make their own hours. What deadline? I mean, the nearest thing we've seen to a deadline from Frontier is, quote-unquote, soon. On the other hand, the rational part of me recognizes, yes, there's internal pressures there that we have no idea on. Rumbles. Excuse me. Really, excuse me. Well, it's really hard to say soon and then try to insert the trademark symbol verbally. Internal pressure usually means gas. Usually. I remember internal pressure at the back of the radio station. Thank you, Budman. Soon. Yeah, back at the radio station, we were being pressured to sell a certain satellite dish TV service. I forget what it was, what it even was back in the day. I mean, there used to be so many. And we were told, no, just read the copy. Read this copy. Do not, you know, just, you aren't being paid to think, you're being paid to talk. Read the copy. Well, so we ended up for 3 hours broadcasting a hardcore phone sex line to what we thought was a satellite TV service. Because nobody had bothered to double check on the number. Alicor's, whoa, sounds like my kind of show. I don't know. It was in North Iowa during the height of the meth craze when, you know, the local gentleman's club, you could count the number of teeth on one finger. And again, maybe that's why everybody needed the phone sex line. Hair trigger. Happened to a local church as well. Pamphlet had the wrong phone number. Proofreading is fun. Gear down.
Deploying landing modules.
Who checks a phone number? Usually me if I'm handed some copy now. Or I would, now. Well, we aren't making out like bandits, but it's more fun than hauling people, 200,000 light seconds. There has got to be something fun we can pick up and send. Now. Yes, now. Oh, the flashbacks. Tales to tell. 1.8 million where I'd been flying. Where were you flying, Budman? Alicor's explosives? They do have explosives here. Just not enough. Oh, yeah, the flashbacks, 200,000 light seconds, yeah. I mean, it was good money. I was able to finance a second Anaconda with it. The Smeen run? I'll have to have a look at that. Let's see here. Let's pull up the galaxy map and see what we've got here for Federation. Alicors, forgot to mention, your YouTube video. Let's talk about that. Am I in trouble here? What's going on? Bean Gateway, that's where we want fun stuff. Okay, so they... Let's see here. The nerve agents, combat stabilizers, narcotics, tobacco, bootleg liquor, personal weapons, battle weapons. Ooh, let's go into the arms trade. They nerfed Smeaton, didn't they? Yes. Are we sure he's not in trouble? Yeah, it was a desperation move is what it was. For those that didn't see the video, I screwed up. I screwed up pretty badly. The good news is I screwed it back down. Okay, so we need... Where was that? It was the, Amaragua. Yeah. Amaragua system. Commodities... Products. Find station. Huh. Isn't that kind of neat? I'm looking up the prices here on where to pick stuff up. Francisco de Eliza Station. Dangba. Alright, we're going to the Dangba system. No worries. No worries, Alicors. Go ahead and post it. And we are going to where again? There. We are going there. So hopefully if I smuggle stuff into a station with a black market that actually, gear up, it's actually looking for this stuff, I'm hoping to make even more of a profit on it. It was a bad... See, on this throttle, I've got a five-way switch. And 4 of those I use for my up, down, left, right, you know, my lateral thrusters. But if I push it in, most of the time, most people have it set up as push to talk, but I have it set up as the boosters. So when my thumb slipped, well, all kinds of interesting things started happening. Actually, let's double check once we get landed and stocked up here. Actually, it'd probably make more sense to get landed and before we stock up, double check that that station we're going to actually has a black market. Because wouldn't that just be a... Watch it on Twitch to get the chat reactions. I do have it set up, I think, somewhere on my Twitch page. Yep, we're gonna go zooming right past here. Unless the gravity brake kicks in.
Delay Kilo Yankee Lima. This is an independent star system, Commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down. Request approved. Set down on landing pad 3-3.
Copy 3-3. No, 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 no. There we go. Need a loop of shame emote? That's not a bad idea. I'll talk to Niao over the weekend, see if we can't get something going.
Attention. Deploy landing.
Yes, yes, I know. Gear down.
Landing complete. Clear to disembark.
Well, Bean Gateway does have a black market. Beautiful. Yeah, Hair Trigger, I think I may need a loop of shame emote, a boost emote, and a boost of shame emote. Budman, it's not a loop of shame, it's a victory lap. Oh, how true you are. It's a crazy Ivan. I'm checking the baffles. Yeah, it's a crazy Ivan.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Now then, I wanted to go to Amaragua. Or Amaragua. I wanted to go here. Please don't ram any torpedoes. I will try not to, I promise. No, I've always referred to it as Star Trekking. You're up. Because it looks like the opening to the original Star Trek in TNG, where the ship just keeps zooming past from different angles. Like, oh crap, I'm going too fast. I'm gonna go Star Trekking right past this station. Orion, does trading like this give you trade rank? Yes, it does. I got too tired of doing the commodity runs. And so I just did passenger missions instead. Very, very profitable passenger missions. Image, 1300 years-ish, 50,000 stations and colonies, the social drift of cultures would be mind-boggling. Yeah, it's true. That's why, as far as I know, there's in the game lore, there are special first contact units, specifically there just to deal with generation ships that they come across. Because the last thing you want to do is, you know, hop off a generations ship after you've been sleeping in a cot that's had, you know, how many generations of somebody else's ass sweat on it. And whatever else, and, you know, just doing the same job day in, day out for generations, like your dad and your granddad and your great-granddad. You come to the promised land, you set the ship down, and some jerk in a Sidewinder says, "Hey, get off my land." That's very true, iMage. You could easily have players make up cultures in a mini-game and have endless room for more. They added a Corvette Raider kit? Damn. Alicors, thank you so much for those bits, because getting paid is a thing. Get off my planet! Alright, so now we actually got to serious up here and... I'm going in cold, I'm going in quiet. Presence acknowledged. Gear down.
Down and locked.
Why can't my shields recharge that fast outside?
Touchdown. Thrusters online. Reporting ground surfaces.
Yes, I would like to sell illegal goods. You want it? I got it. Reds, blues, uppers, downers. That's decent profit. That is a little bit better than the, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, Budman. Sidewinder Jock's like, need a ride back? We can be there in a couple days. Yeah, you've set down on this promised land that, you were contractually given, you fly this ship to this planet and you can have it. And somewhere along the line, 1,300 years later, the paperwork 1,300 years later, the paperwork disappeared. And this isn't your planet. And oh, by the way, neat looking antique you're flying there. Nearest spaceport's about 100 clicks north. Kobo the Fox. A wise man can smell profit on EDDB. It's really, really true. Let's see what else is available in this area. Because if they got a black market, I want to see some other stuff here. Where is the closest place I can pick up? Let's see. It looks like... Well, this is a little bit out-of-date data, but it looks like I can buy... What? Well, that's not right. I was hoping to pick up battle weapons. But if they're selling them here... Nope, they are not. Excellent. Refuel, restock. Now, I'm seeing here EDDB is saying there's battle weapons for sale here, which is kind of funny. Edgeworth Hub. And they're available at a decent discount. Now this data is 500 days out of date, so I'm also doing a favor to everybody here by... I've got my systems linked up, so... I'm updating the prices. Gear up. Yeah, IMH, the time differential is 500 days. So we're doing some updating here. But you know what they say, I forget which rule of acquisition it is, but war is good for business. It's the rule that's immediately after peace is good for business. But really, battle weapons, I would love to see what that means. Is that like man-portable stuff, or is that vehicular-mounted stuff? What are we talking here? And yeah, Budman, I always run with the market connector running too. Alicores, you have a spreadsheet I might be interested in? Possibly. Whisper that over to me and I'll have a look at it later. M16 versus AR-15? Possibly, man. That, I'm not sure that entirely fits, though. I mean, wouldn't those both count under personal weapons? Well, regardless, we're gonna get into the business here and see what happens. I'm pretty sure battle weapons counts as something more like... Pretty sure battle weapons are something more, more in the terms of, ordnance than armament. Okay, pad 5. Oh, the RPG book is... Well, whatever they are, they can be sold in 1-ton increments. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, I'll have to go check on the RPG, but... Holy damn, some of the weapons in the RPG make me go, wah-ha! Like that SMG that requires an exoskeleton to fire because, hey, we stuck... It's basically an SMG chambered for Browning 50 BMG. Shades of Steve Jackson's Ogre? Yeah, a little bit. They've got battle weapons for sale here. A lot of it, too.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Imagine going through customs with that thing slung under your coat. Yes, I have a permit for that. They also had a, if I remember right, the game book also had something that would basically, it's called a shotgun, but it's more like a man-portable frag cannon. And the grenades, sir? Well, it was a buy one, get one free kind of deal. iMage, Pilot Consulting Navicom. Why can't I land there? It's prohibited. Why? It has an active ogre. Oh. Yeah, if you've ever read the old ADQ magazines, Auto Duel Quarterly, there was an interview with Uncle Albert, and his... Uncle Albert in-game was this arms dealer who made his fortune selling, you know, everything from 30 cal on up to 75 millimeter to people to mount them on their cars. And he also had a spoof account named Uncle Schmalbert. The guy's like, oh yeah, he was like the ultimate mad scientist car customizer. Yeah, a guy came to me one time asking to, you know, make his motorcycle tougher. Well, it's a motorcycle, what can you do? So I figured, hey, I'll give it a holo projector, make it look like a tank. Yeah, problem with that was you needed a holo projector the size of a tank to actually make it work. So I added a few pieces of armor here. Well, that overtaxed the chassis. So I added in some reinforcement here. Well, then they're just, you know, 2 wheels weren't enough, so I had to beef them up, and he got a little disappointed. Said he wouldn't pay me after I showed it to him. Said it wasn't a motorcycle anymore. Wow, what'd you do with it? Sold the prototype to the government. I think they're calling it like the Ogre Mark 1 or something now. I'm being attacked by manly powers. And this is where it's an elite conduct. I could do the fight, but honestly, for a lot of smugglers, what you want to do here is run. No shame in it. In fact, running away is a very, very good technique to learn. He wants my guns, well, he can't have my guns. But for anybody watching and considering getting into the smuggling business, or any cargo transport, this can all stop if you just give me 20 tons of cargo. Die. Make up your mind. Yeah, iMage, I thought that was going to spin me into the surface too. Alright, so we're coming in fast, but hopefully the gravity will drag us down a little bit. There we go. Even more fun when they spin themselves into the planet? Yes, it is.
Thermal signature restored.
Ah, there we go. Gear down.
Deploying gear.
Yeah, he did try to pull me out of hyperspace again, but he was too slow. Yes, his name was Manly Powers. I expected more of him, to be honest.
Online.
Touchdown. Ship secured.
Alicorns, I never understood the whole silent running thing. Surely they can see it through the windows. Yes, but they can't get a lock onto me with their scanners. Yeah, not the greatest profit in the world, but it's good training. I mean, I still made over 200 grand here. If you want good practice, I guess, in smuggling, come on over to, that's the Amaragua system. Wonder what else they got here for legitimate stuff. Pirate Large McHuge Man, at your service. Well, thank goodness, because who I've been hiring on lately has been more like Aggro McTrigger Happy. Yeah, Alicorns, they can still see me. They can see me visually, but they can't get a lock with sensors. And so they can't scan me. And they can't lock onto me with guns. Their targeting systems, unless you are going with fixed guns, manual targeting, you got a problem. Sensor jammers would make more sense. Yeah, that's true, iMage, but go with what we got, I guess. Let's see here. 94 grand there, 27. Fish. No, no more fish. Illegal black box salvage operation. That's interesting. One unique stolen black box. Sounds fun. Alright, and this is making me want to go rebuy a clipper to do this. I would smuggle in a clipper, but I lose the medium landing pad advantages I've got here. Plus, this thing is as fast as a clipper. Gear up.
Ship detach complete. Access corridor is clear.
Place your bets on when the Thargoid base ships will show up. Oh boy. Soon. Trademark. Preparing to jump to Bamazi. Boom reported. Is it the one? Alicors, this is true, but add History Channel guy with crazy hair and hands. Elite Dangerous. Yeah, that one could use a. That's the problem. I don't have that many emotes. I'm only affiliated with Twitch. I'm not partnered. So I only get the one emote, and I still need to fix that so it's not busted.
Incoming mission critical message.
Oh, just soon. Okay, where in the blankety hell? There we go. Oh, lovely. Okay, here's the downside to these missions. Make it a thing with Nightbot commands. That I can do. So here's the downside. On these salvage missions, they don't tell you where it's going to be salvaged, so it doesn't actually have the estimated distance from beacon. Yeah, I could probably do that. I'll see what I can rig up after the show. You! I like you. I like the you think. A vulture by the name of the Dominant Bond. All right. So you know my safe word is keep going. Cousin of covalent bond. Yes, let's go with that. It's a chemical term. I don't know, Alicor. Sounds like any marriage. Yep. Totes chemistry. And now I want to pull up the things I won't work with blog again. Nowhere near terms of service issues. Yeah, I'm not... Nothing explicit here, nothing... Yeah, now I want to pull up the things I won't work with blog again, because that is the greatest... Orion, a pirate by the name of Revan just boosted into my line of sight the second I tried to get a clipper. Huh. Well, that's a sign. I'm just not sure what it's a sign of, but if you haven't read this blog, it is it is one of the... If you have a certain, scientific or chemical mindset, you will look at this and go... You will just look at this with continually increasing shades of horror in your face. And I love it. The chemicals that, one of them is entitled Sand Won't Save You Now, or Sand Can't Save You, and it's... That blog should be a Twitch channel by itself. Exactly. I mean, when this is stuff that will set wet sand on fire, and give you hydrofluoric acid mist as a lovely parting gift. Alicors, I came to watch and laugh, not cry, laugh, and watch. I can't do 3 things. Yeah, that blog should be a Twitch channel, and then you could, you know... Wait that. Orion, it's a sign I'm wanted for a week because dual plasma accelerators. No, things I won't work with. Thermite is... Oh no, no, this is... This stuff, it makes thermite look like... This stuff makes thermite look like mild salsa. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Sand won't save you this time. Okay, chlorine trifluoride. I've not encountered this fine substance myself, but reading up on its properties immediately gives it a spot on my no way, no how list. Let's put it this way. During World War II, the Germans were very interested in using it for self-igniting flamethrowers, but found it too nasty to work with. It is apparently about the most vigorous fluorinating agent known, and is much more difficult to handle than fluorine gas. That's one of those statements you don't get to hear very often, and it should be enough to make any sensible chemist turn around and head down the hall in the other direction. The compound is also a stronger oxidizing agent than oxygen itself, which puts it into rare territory. That means it can potentially go on to burn things that you would normally consider already burnt to hell and gone, and a practical consequence of that is that it will start roaring reactions with things like bricks and asbestos tile. It's been used in the semiconductor industry to clean oxides off of surfaces, at which activity it no doubt excels. There's a report from the early 1950s of a 1-ton spill of the stuff. It burned its way through a foot of concrete floor and chewed up another yard of sand and gravel beneath, completing a day that I'm sure no one involved ever forgot. That process, I should add, would necessarily have been accompanied by copious amounts of horribly toxic and corrosive byproducts. It's bad enough when your reagent ignites wet sand, but the clouds of hot hydrofluoric acid are your special door prize if you're foolhardy enough to hang around and watch the fireworks. Yeah, try transporting that in this ship. Or dioxygen difluoride. The chemical formula is poof. Image reminds me of the base commander of the Philippines military during the volcano waking up. Pinatubo, 1990, 1991, somewhere around there? Yeah. He mentioned keeping close watch on the geologists, so when they ran, so did he. Yep. A sergeant in motion outranks an officer who doesn't know what's going on. An ordnance technician in a dead run outranks everybody. I'll let the late John Clark describe the stuff, since he had first-hand experience in attempts to use it as rocket fuel. From his out-of-print classic Ignition, I have that book. Yes, I squeaked that book. We have. It is, of course, extremely toxic, but that's the least of the problem. It is hypergolic with every known fuel, and so rapidly hypergolic that no ignition delay has ever been measured. It is also hypergolic with such things as cloth, wood, and test engineers. Let's see here. It can be, not to mention asbestos, sand, and water with which it reacts explosively. It can be kept in some of the ordinary structural metals, steel, copper, aluminum, etc., because of the formation of a thin film of insoluble metal fluoride, which protects the bulk of the metal, just as the invisible coat of oxide on aluminum keeps it from burning up in the atmosphere. If, however, this coat is melted or scrubbed off and has no chance to reform, the operator is confronted with the problem of coping with a metal fluorine fire. For dealing with this situation, I've always recommended a good pair of running shoes. Okay, let's get spun around here and pick up this black box.
Awaiting orders.
There you are.
Cargo scope deployed.
And we're going to have company any second now. So we're going to turn this into a scoop and scoop kind of operation. And thankfully, we're high enough above the planet that it's not falling into the gravity well. Damn it. Come on. That's better.
Cargo scope retracted.
We live in a universe like a baby surrounded by dangerous things. Yep. Terminus, Elite Dangerous on Humble Bundle for $4.99. Spread that word. Let it echo throughout the hills. Oh goodness, there's 31 articles on the Things I Won't Do archive. Beautiful. Base game, but still, that's not bad. Gateway drug and all that. Things I won't work with. Dimethyl cadmium. Hexanitro hexaaza isowurtzitane. The fact that it has hexanitro in the name. Geologist to General Pinatubo. General, you better put jam in your pocket, because we're about to be toast. Oh, I remember seeing that. With a delivery like that, you could be an action hero. Alright, coming in on final. I got my railgun practice in earlier this week. Now I'm just doing the smuggling practice.
Delay Yankee Lima. This is Federal Flight Control. Request docking if you wish to land. Unable to comply. Resubmit within range.
Heat sink deployed.
You're down?
Signature lost. Please acknowledge if you require assistance.
Alright, guys, got your black box here.
Touchdown. Ship secured.
Thank you, Alcors. Elite Dangerous Commander Deluxe Edition is £16.99. Not bad at all. This. Angeli Imperial Enterprises has announced an initiative to construct an orbital family restaurant in the Wangle system. Eatery, which will be named Demorg's Bar and BBQ, will allow spacers to enjoy the finest food and drinks that Wangle has to offer. Huh. It's already up to tier 3. Not bad. No, it's the restaurant like 50 light years from Terra. I think. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Yeah, I could go for some barbecue right now. Yeah, there's the Wangle system right there. Bean, DCAT, Sirius. Okay, so it's... I don't know, maybe 75 light years from Earth-ish. Not bad. I need to go... Actually, I need to go unlock an engineer. $50 units of classified scan databanks. And the party of Yoru. So I should go see about that too. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Well, let's find out. The party of Yoru, not to be confused with the party of Yondu. How far from Empire space? Negative. Yoru. Right? Aisling Duval. 250 light years away. Let's see where else I can go visit the party of Yoru. They are present in 22 star systems. Oh crap, I just remembered I have never done the Ramtog Guardian Site mission. Please no, Kobo. Kobo, yes! Kobo, I want to have a CG to put a megaship / restaurant at Beagle Point. You know? It's not a bad idea. So it's all in the same area as Yoru, so I'll have to play around with that. Alicors, don't encourage him. I'll encourage whoever I damn well please. Many of the fleet... Image, yeah, many of the fleet carriers will have a race to get there. I don't doubt it. Orion, I wonder if I have to go to one site or a few more. Orion, I believe you have to go to like a dozen. Budman, that's how we ended up with Colonia in the first place. Yes. Yes, it is. But look how well that turned out. I mean, that's not exactly a negative. So, classified scan databanks. How many of those do I have now? 9. And I gotta turn in 50. Could be the restaurant at the center of the galaxy. That kind of has a ring to it. I like that. Set up a mega ship or something, some kind of... I mean, hell, they've set up all those bases out there. Imagine setting up a mega ship in the rings of some kind of gas giant, or in orbit of something absolutely spectacular. You could say, you know, put it around some uncharted Earth like 10,000 light years away, a very exclusive kind of restaurant. You know, sourced from, you know, the finest artesian whatever. Wallenby, Millie Ways. I like it. It's whimsical. Now, of course, I'd get behind that. I want... You want to go to Sag-A, or you went to Sag-A? Also, I need to... There's other engineers I haven't unlocked yet. How the hell did that happen? I don't have the Sarge. I also don't have Colonel Decker. So I've got Yuri. But only at level 1, because he only does mines and missiles and crap like that. Alright. G5 mine launchers and sensors and surface scanners. Alright. We can work with this. Yeah, something orbiting one of those very angry neutrons. Orion, just found an interesting passenger mission. Marceline French wants to go to Distant Stars Expedition 3303 and collect data. Did I give her the bad news? See, that reminds me of, honestly, one of my favorite books that I've been reading for years now. If you haven't read IDW's Transformers stuff, There More Than Meets the Eye series and the follow-on Lost Light was hilarious for stuff like that. They found somebody who had basically been mummified, and he thought he was still getting ready to launch on the first arc. This is like in the first or second issue, and it's like, can I tell him, please? Just be careful. I will give you all of my Energon rations forever if you let me tell him. Just be gentle. Right, okay. Friend, buddy, pal, you know how sometimes you fall asleep and your internal chronometer doesn't wake you up like you set it to? Yes. And then cut to outside of the ship, several miles up in the air, and you hear somebody scream, 6 million years! Okay. It's in the Giriac system. 224 light years away. You know what? If I'm going to go to all these places, I'm going to need a better ship. Something a little bit more multi-role here, a little bit more multi-purpose. Fortunately, we're only 50 light years from Narvert. And that opens up options and opportunities. A Cobra's not a bad idea. Gear up. Distant Stars was... Yeah. Yeah, Distant Stars was the one you couldn't get back from, I think. Alicors, I want to go to Sag-A. Beautiful site, actually. And plenty of stuff there. I mean, you will make a fortune. You will make your elite rating on exploration. And, yeah, Budman, that's the one with the Conda graveyard, I believe. Kobo is chanting Conda, Conda. I mean, a Cobra is a good idea. A Conda is a better idea, especially given my gear. You have an advanced discovery scanner? Well, that's good, Alicors. Do you have a detailed surface scanner? And do you have any mods on it? Not that that's necessary, but a good detailed scanner will pick up... A good detailed scanner will pick up so much... Damn it, now you people are just trolling me. I am not taking a keel back. Well, Alicors, a detailed surface scanner is where all the major money gets made. Just going out and honking the horn, that's good. That'll get you a lot of data. People, I want to be able to fly to this system a couple hundred light years away while I am still young. But no, the detailed surface scanner is where the major money gets made and where the major discoveries happen. I challenge you to build an Explorer keelback. Just add to the pile of condos. You see, to build an Explorer keelback, what I would have to do is rip everything out, convert it back into a Type 6, and then I would have a ship that's worth a damn at exploring. What do we want? Sidewinder! When do we want it? 200 years from now! Well, a super-engineered Sidey can almost... Actually, no, a stock Sidey can almost get to Beagle Point. A super-engineered Sidey might just be able to pull that off, especially with Jumponium boosts. It's not that bad to get 34 light years. Yeah, you've got an engineered Sidey, though, don't you? Alicors, no, all good. It was... I'm laughing at it. What were you saying about planetary scanners? Let me pull up... Let me get parked here and I can go into some detail on it.
Request approved. Set down a landing pad 2-3.
Sidewinders have a small tank, but they use the fuel well. They sip. So even a small fuel scoop is good enough for them. Gear down.
Gear down.
Anyway, Alicors, if you can get a detailed surface scanner, that's only an extra $250,000. And, yes, I know, only, but hey, I mean, look at some of the missions we were picking up lately. Anyway, if you honk the horn, and that gives you the full outlook of the system. But then you scan, and you get that much more data, and you get paid that much more for the good stuff. Cut to the bone, 2 jumps is all I get? Okay, maybe not. So it uses a little bit more fuel than I thought. You know what? If we're going to go out there, we're going to use the Rogue Scholar. Also, I really need to pick up this. 13.7 million, I'll pick it up another day. Let me make sure I have a detailed surface scanner. I do not. I've got a vehicle hangar. Well, we'll fix that. Fast scanner, long range scanner. Now let's go with the fast scanner. Let me show you, Alicors. Got it all set up, actually. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
We gotta go to Yuri anyway. And he is in the Giriac system. Okay, 251 light years. Now let's get this altered so visited. Apply not visited and filter it up. There. So now I am only jumping to star systems I've never been to before. Lights on.
Lights on.
Gobo, Moo, do you think if they buffed the material spawn rate and how many you got per rock scan, it'd offset the grind a little in the beta? Well, I don't know now, because with the material trader, you can just pick up 100 of trash and turn it into something better. Which would help, I mean, would help the current engineering system as they have it. Excuse me again, hoping I'm not blowing out ears when I'm coughing into a microphone or even off to the side of a microphone. I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm just not... I don't know. Needs more work, I think. I don't like the standardized engineering they've got now. But I think that, yeah, if they... I don't think they need to buff the spawn rate anymore. I think they just need to... fire groups. What are you talking about? Yeah? I'm in a system here that I've already visited. System map.
System cartography.
But I haven't never mind. It has all been scanned. Yeah, the detailed surface scanner does not require a fire group, Alicors. No worries. Don't worry, Alicors. We're going to go to a system that I haven't scanned anything, and I'll show you how the detailed scanner works. In the meantime, you can follow along. So on menu 4, where it usually shows status and then it shows like, well, all your statistics, it'll show Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3 system scans. Type 1 is where you just honk the horn. See if there's anything here. I'm performing a Type 1 system scan right now. Nothing new. Anything here? Unexplored. Okay. So, I target it, and then I just put my nose on it. And you can see it go spinny, spinny, spinny. And then it says, detailed scan complete, available materials listed in system map for landable bodies. Now this is the same thing if you have a detailed scanner or not, but a detailed scanner gives more details. So honking the horn, that's a level 1. Putting your nose on it and scanning it, if you don't have a detailed scanner, that's a level 2. And if you do have a detailed scanner, that's a level 3. Level 3 gives the most data and gives the most payout. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Alright, here's another good one, actually. System map. System map.
System map.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Alright, so right now we've got... Yes, spinny spinny is the scientific description. So right now here's a star we haven't scanned. We've only honked the horn on it. So we know there is a Class B star here. And it gives us age, solar masses, solar radius, orbital period, and the semi-major axis, because it's actually in an orbit with its binary partner here. Now, a detailed scan... Yes, and first discovery if available. Thank you, Budman. Detailed scans and also level 2 scans will also give you first discovery credit. Now here is the one that I scanned with the detailed scanner, and it gives a lot more information. And if this were a planet, it would give even more information than that. You can see the orbital eccentricity, argument of periapsis, orbital inclination, lots of other goodies. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Actually, while we're here, we may as well get the detailed scan data. Also, I've got a fast scanner, so this is much quicker. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Preparing to go to the Piscium sector. BM-L A8-O. Class L brown dwarf. Well, that's just a pile of hydrogen disappointment. So again, nothing showing up. Things within like 50 light seconds I think will show up. Maybe, I'm not sure the exact range. Honk the foghorn of discovery. System map.
System cartography.
And now we've got basic data here. I really don't want to go out of my way to scan this crap, though, so this one I'm going to ignore. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
I mean, all you got really there is rocks, ice, icy rocks, rocky ice, snowballs, rock balls. It's just... there's nothing exciting in this system. Just a couple of dwarf stars and accumulated gravel piles. Budman. Oh, look. Beige. You ain't wrong. That is something I am significantly more excited for. I am really looking forward to that. Okay, honk the horn. Says I haven't been here, but
Fuel scooping.
obviously I have. Alicors, no. The most profitable way isn't to scan all the things. Actually,
Temperature critical.
dang it. Let me get away from here. I'm not running the best fuel scoop on this thing. Well, then again, I've topped off a little bit. No, the best way is to actually start examining the system map once you honk the horn. Let me find something here. There's a hologram guide that I should post in, and it's of what the planetary surfaces look like. Now, earlier I was talking about, like, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about how you could listen for a planet. Well, not everybody's sound system is that good, or not everybody's got, the headphones or the setup to hear it. So what you can also do is look at the hologram on the lower left. Alicors, hey, you're near where I am, I think. Well, everywhere's relative. System map.
System map.
Alright, again, nothing exciting. But let's divert course a little bit. That's not bad. 2 jumps out. Waterworlds, black holes, Earth-likes. Honestly, anything terraformable. Those are the big money makers. You could have... here's the thing. A metal-rich planet will usually run 30,000 credits. However, if it's a metal-rich that is in the Goldilocks zone, if it's terraformable, then it skyrockets up to around 250 grand, if not more. But this I can't use the mouse right. That diagram just to on the lower left of the star system, well, that's also got planetary data once we jump into a system that's got that data. Hold on. And I'll also pull up the hologram chart here in a moment and post that in the chat.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Okay, here's actually a good example.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
That planetary diagram, the one right there underneath where it says D-scanner, that will actually tell you what kind of planet you're looking at. System map.
System map.
Let me just pull up the hologram guide now. But also, here's the detailed look. So there's a planet I have not scanned. This is just when you honk the horn. All you get is the Earth mass, the radius, the orbital period, and the semi-major axis. That is a very close orbit. But you pull up this one, and suddenly you've got gravity, surface temperature, surface pressure, 2,400 atmospheres. Atmosphere is 83.5% rock vapor. So it's a dry hell. Let's see your planet identification chart. Here we go. Interdiction.
Identified now.
Well, it's not a problem now. He seems to have interdicted himself into the nearby planet. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
So somebody pointed it out to me, and I can't remember who to give them credit, but Basically, with ammonia worlds and Earth-like worlds, in the lower left of the planetary hologram, you'll see something that looks like a little turtle or a fish. That's the key indicator. That's what you're looking for water worlds and ammonias. So if I were to lock onto Earth here... Oh yeah, no problem on the link. If I were to lock onto Earth, you can see the little... You know, that little dark spot that looks like a turtle swimming or a fishy. Or a bird. Budman, okay, thank you. Yeah, if you see a planet that has that, and you can lock onto that from across the star system, so you don't have to get close to get the proper sensor readings. You could lock onto that from 1,000,000 light seconds away. And so then you could, you know, you can tell, well, do I really want to go out that far, or do I want to, you know, do I want to save myself the trouble? And yeah, that chart also shows the prices. I mean, a standard water world is 156 grand. But if you can find a terraformable water world, that's nearly 700 grand. Okay, resuming course for Giriak. Huh, doesn't look like I need to refuel. And yes, Orion speaks truth. If you're interested in some light exploration... Light exploration, HIP 63835 is a great place to look at. And let me see how far it is from the bubble here. How close is it to Sol? I mean, it's like... Okay, it's under 300 light years away, so it's not that horrible a trip. But there's a ton of stuff to scan in the area. A ton. You're in 60953, okay. Yeah, 63835. It is a spectacular star system. Everybody should go there, at least once. It's also strange for the, you know, you're like 40 light years out, and instead of seeing a star, you see this weird fuzzy smudge. Let's fill up the tank a little bit more while we're here. Yeah, Orion's not wrong. It's one hell of a trip. Alright, pulling off. Galaxy map. I have just had something in my throat all day. Can't seem to shake it. Athador, I was in that system earlier to look at it. Which one? 60953 or 63835? Let's go back to normal view here. S1715. I just want to lock onto this. This place, you can see this place from... Actually, you can see it from Sothis. And I'm kind of curious if you can see it from... elsewhere here. I mean, it's 2,800 light years away. There it is. Yeah, you can actually see it from here. Yeah, Orion, Cupid 0. Orion, my favorite vacation site that I'm going to now see since I'm wanted in Narvert. What in the hell did you do? And if you want a little bit of PvP practice, I could, you know, you could try to set up with somebody in the Discord. Been getting a lot of exploration data to sell in Narford. Seem to be zooming all over lately. Well, rat calls will do that, won't it? Yeah, you can actually see S1715 from here. So, you know, it's not bad for heavy duty exploration. I mean, yeah, you're flying out towards the rim, but I didn't know it was called Cupid Zero. I called it the lighthouse. Not Jackson's lighthouse, but similar, just because you could see it from so far away. And if you're... They must have done something different, or something, because it used to be just this bright orange smudge from Sothis. Oh, that's right, Revan. That's right, you were... That's right, Orion. You shot up a Sith Lord. Well, serve him right. Hair Trigger's stupid work getting in the way of watching the stream. You should stream in the evenings. I've considered it. Resume course?
System destination locked.
I've considered it, but then, you know, that's when Niao's home, and you know, I'd like to do things with my wife. But we'll see. You know, maybe I can talk her into doing some, you know, co-hosting a stream again. That seemed to go over really well on New Year's Eve. Think about the UK viewers. Like me. I am. I'm thinking about you right now. Hair Trigger, I have a laser sitting next to my desk that is giving me fits. Why is the laser giving you fits? There's a story here, and I'm rather interested in hearing what it is. So you want to be a fuel rat video? Not a bad idea, Athador. But I would think that, you know, I'm thinking that over right now. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to actually go through the process of becoming a fuel rat if I want to properly do that. And that's not me complaining, that's me pondering the idea. Kobo and Alicors, the UK Dream Team. Air Trigger, 75-watt CO2 engraving laser. Ooh. Gimme, gimme. Oh no, I know Athador, I'm just pondering that. I like the idea. I'm thinking about it more and more. Kobo, I think you should still do a ship challenge series. What, like Conda hunting in a hauler? Or, you know, like, accidentally boosting into a dock? It's crazy. Nobody'd watch that. Then again, I mean, I've got people thinking I'm crazy for going into combat in an Asp Explorer. Hell's up with that? Asp Explorer is a great combat ship. Conda hunting in an SRV. Traveling to Sag-A in a keelback. A So You Want To video broken up into multiple parts. For the rest of time. Yeah, step 1, throw away the keelback and buy a real exploration ship. Actually, that's not bad. Buy a keel... So, here's how... Here's how you go to Sag-A in a keelback. You sell it, and you buy a Diamondback Explorer. Oh, I'm getting some gold in here. No, I'm not. Sag-A and a winder, that's not... That's doable. I mean, it's not fun, but it's doable. Great canopy view, though. On the other hand... Oh, that's only after you get engineering. By the time you've got a lot of engineering set up, you've got a better ship than a Sidewinder. I was going to say you could do you could use a Sidewinder for just about anything. You did Colonia in an unengineered Asp X. Yeah, I did too. So you want to have fun in an SRV. Wouldn't mind some tips in flying a fighter. Alright, well, a fighter I could probably work with. Yeah, I love the SRV, you know that. Stu! 07 Commander, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Or, hope you're enjoying your weekend if it's already started. FA off and pray. There's a little bit more to it than that. A wee bit.
Proceed to landing pad 07.
Copy 07. Gear down.
Deploying landing gear.
I still haven't unlocked Ramtah. Can't believe it. Honestly, my major criteria for an exploration ship is 34 light years minimum.
Commence system shutdown.
If you can get 34 light years out of a ship, then you're good. Because 34 light years will let you... Huh. I don't have any iron. Alright. I'll go for wide angle. With 34 light years, if you use any basic or intermediate jump boosts, that can get you all the way out to Beagle Point if you want. So really, a 34 light year ship can get you near as makes no difference everywhere. Vox, I'm planning on doing Sag-A and a Beluga sometime, but I'm in no rush to get started. Why a beluga? Just for the number of cabins you can stick on board? Ryan, in a fighter, I feel it's best trying to do dogfighting maneuvers that you see on TV. Flying like an idiot pays a lot sometimes. I don't want to... I want to say you're wrong, but I can't say you're wrong. Vox, yep, do a luxury cruise, gotcha. Let's see, your mass has gone up a little bit. Power draw, mission range is... I've actually lost quite a bit of range on that. Try again. Alicors, I just had a very sinister plan. Thank you, Vox. Oh, do share with the rest of the class, please. Actually, I don't really want to boost my equipment here, since I've got much better equipment. I'm just trying to get him up to grade 2, basically. Cazador, I'm just kind of waiting for Anaconda Bifrost. Go visit Colonia or Sag. I will say this. When I was in the beta and I was testing, I was able to get a 62 to 65 light-year Bifrost. So that was neat. And, you know, then I got locked out of the beta because of some bug, and that's less neat. Well, let's see here. Lighter, less integrity, less scan angle, but that's not a major deal. Less power draw. Actually, I'm going to apply this. I like this. Alright, and then I got grade 2 with him. Anything fun here? Oh, I can upgrade to the next level of lightweight. Alicors, I buy a beluga, fill with economy cabins, fill the cabins, fly to Sag and jettison the cabins? Why? Where's the profit step in there? I'll apply this for even more lightweightness. Anything else we can modify up in here? No. Oh, we could do wide angle. Not that I'm going to apply it, but... Fun is its own reward. Alicors, who said anything about profit? Some people just want to watch... Some people are just weird. And Kobo, today I found out only 2 engineers do lightweight life support. I had a sad. Yes, and one of them is in Shinrarta Desra, if I remember right. So you're going to need that founder's permit. Ransom the location of the pods to the next of kin. Damn, you people are bloodthirsty. See, Mad Biker gets it. There are a lot of things that Mad Biker gets that kind of make me question the world, just so you know.
Incoming message.
Try again. Basically, I'm just trying to get up to grade 4 here with, who is this, Yuri? Yeah. Change your ship name and then offer to pick them up for 10 times the price. Okay, That is kind of hilarious. And by kind of, I mean really. That's genius. I mean, it's evil, but it's hilarious. Alright, invitation from Colonel Briss Decker and the Sarge. Here we go. And Orion, that defies all logic. Oh, look at this crew. I mean, when has logic ever really applied? Colonel Decker needs 1 million credits worth of combat bonds. I can do that. And the Sarge needs 50 aberrant shield pattern analysis. Data, aberrant shield pattern analysis. Well, halfway there. I've created some kind of... You people were challenging me, and now you're challenging each other? This is a strange place. Beta 3 Toucanny. Right? Basically, I can fly here, drop this off, then get the scan data from other sources. The beach. All right. So while I'm getting the combat bonds, I can scan and get the shield data. I think this'll work. This is a plan. Ish. Orion, you're scared? I'm scared. Look at you people. Gear up.
Takeoff procedure complete. Clear for departure. Flight control now online.
Now, of course, hey, he's my victim. I mean passenger. I mean, really.
Temperature critical.
Bet that place is nicknamed Omaha. That feels distasteful. Yeah, it's a little off. Who was it that wanted some of the stuff from the Things I Won't Work With blog? Because I found another fun one for you. Was that you, Alicors? Was that you that wanted all this, this chemical chamber of horrors? The latest addition to the long list of chemicals I never hoped to encounter takes us back to the wonderful world of fluorine chemistry. I'm always struck by how much work has taken place in that field, how long ago some of it was first done, and how many violently hideous compounds have been carefully studied.
Fuel scooping.
Here's how the experimental prep of today's fragrant breath of spring starts. Okay, you wanted planetary scanners, gotcha.
Fuel scoop dis-
Yeah, here's the prep. The heater was warmed to approximately 700 Celsius. The heater block glowed a dull red color, observable with the room lights turned off. The ballast tank was filled to 300 torr with oxygen, and fluorine was added until the total pressure was 901 torr. And yes, what happens next is just what you think happens. You run a mixture of oxygen and fluorine through a 700-degree heating block. Oh hell no is the common reaction most chemists to that proposal, not unless I'm at least a mile away and 2 miles if I'm downwind. This is the bracingly direct route to preparing dioxygen difluoride, often referred to in the literature by its evocative formula, FOOF. Ryan, you have to take me to the Holy Twins and not be scared. The Holy Twins? What? Which one are the Holy Twins? Yeah, the list of people who were blown up or poisoned or otherwise, rendered... Oh, 2 Earth-likes around a neutron star? Neat. But yeah, the list of people that got dead by fluorine is a very, very, very large list. And that's at room temperature. At 700 C, fluorine starts to dissociate into monoatomic radicals, thereby losing its gentle and forgiving nature. FOOF is only stable at low temperatures. You'll never get close to room temperature without it tearing itself to pieces. I've seen one reference to storing it as a solid at 90 degrees Kelvin for later use. Not only did he prepare multiple batches of the stuff and keep it around, he was apparently charged with finding out what it did to things. All sorts of things. One damn thing after another. Being a high-energy oxidizer, dioxygen difluoride reacted vigorously with organic compounds, even at temperatures close to its melting point. It reacted instantaneously with solid ethyl alcohol, producing a blue flame and an explosion. When a drop of liquid FOOF was added to liquid methane, cooled at 90 Kelvin, a white flame was instantaneously produced, which turned green upon further burning. When 0.2 milliliters of liquid FOOF was added to 0.5 milliliters of liquid CH4 at 90 Kelvin, a violent explosion occurred. And he's just getting warmed up, if that's the right phrase to use for something that detonates things at a negative 180 Celsius. That's negative 300 Fahrenheit if you only have the kitchen thermometer. The paper goes on to react it with everything else you wouldn't react it with. Ammonia, vigorous. Water ice, explosion. Chlorine, violent explosion, so he added it more slowly the second time. Red phosphorus, not good. Bromine fluoride. Chlorine trifluoride. What? Perchloral fluoride. Tetrafluorohydrazine. If the paper weren't laid out in complete grammatical sentences and published in Jacks, you'd swear it was the work of a violent lunatic. System map.
System map.
I don't know, Vox. Fluorine is pretty nasty. Well, yeah, fluorine is pretty nasty stuff. You get any of that on your arm, and I've heard the best thing you can do is chop your arm off, basically, before it starts bonding with the calcium in your bones. And we're gonna go Star Trekking here. What in the... Okay, I saw the other moon popping out from behind that moon at the last moment. What in the hell kind of crazy place have I run into? That moon is not spherical. That moon is potato. So I can only hope that the gravity is as low as this thing would be expected to be as low as I think here. Vox, there's a periodic videos episode on it. If you just open the tap on a bottle, it'll create a flame like a blowtorch. Orion, yeah, I think it will. Or maybe I'm thinking hydrofluoric acid instead. But if it starts bonding with the calcium in your bones, you've got a problem. You've got a big problem. And in fact, the recommended method of dealing with said problem is amputate. Alacors, as you were saying the very big and sexy sounding words, what is your favorite word in the English dictionary? Kobo. Alacors, I bet it's moist. Oh, my favorite word in the English dictionary. I have no idea. There's so many of them. How do I pick one? Are you 10? No, but I act it. Ah, chat. Never change. Alright, let's hit the beach.
Clearance granted. Proceed to landing pad 07.
Anti-establishmentarianism is it's a nice word, but overused. Polypropylene. What in the hell? Very isomer, that one. How deadly is it if I were not able to amputate the arm? I would have to double check on that. Velvet is nice. It sounds like it feels. You know, Budman, you were very correct there.
Complete. Commence system shutdown.
Also, why isn't phonetic spelled the way it sounds? Kobo. Ah, okay, now you're writing Welsh words. I actually saw Microsoft was going to start supporting Windows in Welsh. But they had, I mean, they're finally doing it. They just needed to, you know, once you had a screen 10 feet wide, they could finally get it into the, you know, get it into one string. Here, Trigger, why do you drive on the parkway and park in the driveway? Imponderables. Here's your shield pattern analysis. Don't go spending them all in one place. Ended some imps, I hope. Let's talk weapons, yeah? Oh, this guy's straightforward. No one knows the Sarge's real name, and he won't reveal it, even to close friends. He's an ex-Federal Navy specialist who worked closely with the now-defunct Colonial Drones Corporation, and later with the Drone Division of Core Dynamics, in tweaking drone controllers and long-range patrol support systems. His reputation is such that he's attracted followers who learn from him and have built up a range of facilities around his initially modest operation. Budman, why are they called apartments when they're all stuck together? Alright, what do I need now? I need to find a place where I can get into a proper combat zone. Which means... State... War, lockdown... We need war or civil war. Actually, there's one for you. Why is it called a civil war? Eurybia, Zakinar. That means we've... Aren't we really close to... It's all serious, weird. Shinrarta. Perfect. I haven't been back to the nest in a while. And there's a couple of systems at war right there. Perfect. Gear up.
Takeoff procedure complete. Clear for departure.
This is one of those places where you don't get a proper Viking departure unless you are very, very careful. And if you aren't very, very careful, you end up with a proper Viking funeral.
Flight control now offline. Goodbye, Commander.
My chat has decided to wander off into the weeds asking weird questions about language. I'll just let them be. That's how you want to be laid to rest, Orion, with a Viking funeral? Tell you what, I wouldn't mind a, next time I'm on a plane, I would love a Viking departure.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Air Trigger, you had ADD yesterday. I had a bunch of people telling me what to do. I was jumping all over the place because I was trying to focus and people were going, no, do this, no, do this, no, do this. And then that crashed the game. Moo.exe has crashed. Abort, retry, fail. But no, Viking departure is when, well, usually military aircraft, because, you know, afterburners are useful for this, will depart the runway and do near a damn near vertical climb out. Which they often use to, well, if they can use it to screw with air traffic control. Because if they are still over the runway, then, you know, and they haven't crossed the airport perimeter, then they are still on air traffic controls, you know, on departures. I think it's on departure. I forget whose dime they're on, but they can't actually be handed off until they cross the threshold.
Fuel scooping complete.
Stu, no, I didn't get the beta working again. A lot of people ran into the exact same problem. Good news is Frontier knows about it. Bad news is, well, good news is they've got a fix going for it. Bad news is it gets posted next week. So no, we're in the main, and I am just newting around trying to collect more engineers. Speaking of ATC, anyone here a fan of Kennedy Steve? Never heard of him, but I'm gonna make a wild guess that he's one of the controllers at JFK. Sounds like fun. Anybody that's got a name like that usually has a story. My best friend's brother lived in an apartment building next to a guy by the name of Dynamite Pete. And when you live next to a man named Dynamite Pete, you know things are going to get very interesting at one point or another.
Lakon, Kilo Yankee Lima. Please submit a standard docking request before attempting to land.
Lakon, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Seeking permissions.
Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 3-5.
Copy 3-5. Gear down.
Deploying landing modules.
Oh, Niao already knows you guys are nuts.
We invite you to check the wide array of services we offer, and we hope you enjoy your stay.
Confirmed contact. Ground crew dispatched.
Alicors, Mr. Moo, did you see the notes on station interactions? No, I did not. Ryan, Dynamite Pete sounds like a Fallout New Vegas character. That's not inaccurate. Well, this friend's brother, and I'm not naming any names, used to work for the State Department building embassies. And when he was tasked with building the new U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan, he decided to put in a pool. Because who doesn't like going for a swim in a pool? Well, security got a hold of that and told him, the higher-up said no pool. It's like, fine, no pool. So he goes into the blueprints and he reclassifies it as outdoor open-air water storage cistern.
Please ensure you complete docking procedures within the allocated time.
1.6 million, easy enough. Now, let's load up a war zone. See how bad it is. Civil War, military, and colonial. Well, I can see why there's a civil war. You got a military economy bumping up against a colonial economy. Oh yeah, that's never gone bad before in the past.
Disengage
Gear up.
landing pad. Exit station quickly and safely.
Quickly and safely, you got it. Oh, we cleared the toaster rack at north of 300 meters per second. That's quickly. Okay, linky linky, clicky clicky. What do we got here? New ship voice, Victor, right, 2 new options. Oh yeah, these I did see. Yeah, I thought you meant there was something else going on. I did test out Victor a little bit. I don't know, wasn't too terribly thrilled.
View scooping.
And because I am not totally insane,
Fuel scooping complete.
we're going to see what happens when I take an armed Asp Explorer into a low-intensity combat zone. I do not have high hopes for this. Check the deductible. Be giving up a little bit of cash, but, you know. Yeah, ship ID might not be bad. I like the call signs, yeah, but I'm interested in the ship ID being read off. Problem is, I'd have to get voice attack reprogrammed on all of those, so we'll see. Otherwise, a neat concept. Just think of the hardest to pronounce ID in the NATO alphabet. Well, you work on that, I'm going to work on this part. Why? Because why not? Gold Galactic Exchange or the Bureau. Okay, who are our contestants today? Corporation. And Dictatorship. Right, we'll be signing up with the Gold Galactic Exchange today. Weapons.
Diverting power to weapons.
Come on. That one hit. I figure if I can hit an eagle with railguns, I'm in good shape. Set 2-1.
All power to engines.
Target shields online.
Balance. Did I just... No, I did not. I thought, oh, crap, I just hit...
Trajectory disruption. Target shields.
I thought, oh, crap, I just hit somebody, hit a friendly.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Well, he didn't need that power plant anyway. Got him. Engines.
All power to engines.
I would think that the hardest to identify NATO phonetic code would be trying to translate something from Welsh into NATO phonetic. And people say the Asp Explorer is bad in combat. Balance.
Equalizing now.
Now, I'm not the greatest in combat, but there's a slight difference there.
Target shield.
Oh, so close. Tagged him with the rails just as his shields came back up. And 15 clicks out from the war zone. Set 2-1.
Diverting power to engines.
Mad Biker Wolf. Later, folks. Back to work for me. Take care, Wolf. Have a good weekend. There are a lot of people right now, and they all seem pissed off at me now. Expert. There we go. Competent. Big target. He's kind of slow. He's easy to kill. Balance. Problem is, everybody locked onto me. That's less good. Set 2-1. Set 2-1.
Diverting power to requested system.
Well, the good news is I boosted away at a good speed here. Yeah, I've lost some systems.
Diagnostic repair sequence initiated.
Somebody cracked my thrusters with a couple of missile shots.
All systems ready to go.
Good enough, though. Galaxy map.
Displaying now.
Set 1-2.
Power to shields.
So repair and reboot will not bring your shields back up if you're moving at a certain speed, but they will bring damaged modules back up online. And that's the important part.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Set 2-1.
Max engines.
I didn't actually stick any armor on this thing, I don't think. Probably one of those things that would be good to do. Kinda sorta, Orion. If your shields are brought down... Let me show here when we, get to Jameson. Of which, you know, we're clearing the baffles and or doing a, Loop of Shame or Star Trekking Past. But no, you can bring back crashed shields and they don't... to 50% and they don't have to go through the recharge cycle. I'm going way too fast for this one again. This is what I get for talking and looking over at chat instead of driving. Alicors, have a great day. Rest of the stream, I need to start taking my desk apart and packing my peripherals away for my move tomorrow. Good luck on the move. Take care, have a good weekend, and hope to see you soon. Okay, so let's prove a thing here.
Please submit a landing request on approach, Commander.
Okay, shields are totally off.
Offline.
And now I've brought the shield generator back online, and it's going to start slowly going through its little cycle. Actually, before it even starts cycling, let's just run a... Let's run a reboot and repair here.
Diagnostic repair sequence initiated.
Engaging FTB. Oh, the fluffy teddy bear. Very subtle Discworld reference.
Online.
And there we go. Shields are back to 50%. And that'll work with any ship. I mean, a relatively fast recharge on an Asp Explorer, or you can do that on, say, a full-on prismatic Imperial cutter. You know, cuts the recharge time down from, you know, months to something a little bit more manageable.
Request approved. Cleared for landing on pad 1-1.
Copy 1-1. Set 2-1.
Power diverted to engines.
Commander, reduce your speed immediately.
Oh, you big crybaby. Gear down.
Lowering landing gear.
Confirmed contact. Engaging parking restraints. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
Right, let's fix the integrity here. Any bounties I can turn in? No. And has my ship arrived yet? Survey says no, it's still 25 minutes out. So probably not going to get to that today. Let's see here. Let's Started a few minutes early. Gonna probably cut off a few minutes early. Gonna take care of some home stuff around here. Take care of the kitties. Hank and Yuki are, well, they're hanking around, and Hank needs to lose a little bit of weight. So that's my project for the rest of the afternoon. He needs more playtime. Ryan, I'd rather not get prismatics. Early on I thought I'd have to, but not doing power play, I can do things just as good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of prismatics myself. I mean, they work well against, you know, if you're a cargo ship and you're not you're going to be in the battle zone just long enough to get back into, into warping or hyperspacing away. You know, if you're interdicted, they're good shields. Otherwise, I don't find them very good as combat shields. The recharge rate on them is just too prohibitive. Words are hard sometimes. In the meantime, I'm Mr. Moo. I'm going to... Schedule on Monday is going to be a little off. I'm probably going to be on a little bit later than usual, but I'll be back. Stu, what flight stick am I using? I am using a Thrustmaster Warthog with a Verpil T50 Mongoose attached to the stick grip instead of the standard Warthog grip. And I am using a set of CH Pro pedals. I should have all the data up on my Twitch page, actually. If you scroll down a little bit, you should be able to see my whole computer setup there. I will be back on Monday, though. I may just be a little bit late. I will keep everybody updated on how that's working out. In the meantime, have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves, relax. You know, if you're not moving anyway, I remember what a pain in the butt that was. Of course, that was moving out of Iowa at the hottest time of the year, so it was like 110 in the shade. And also with 1,000,000% humidity, and you just don't want to do that. Oh, let's see here. I think I am going to direct us to somebody that kind of inspired me to get back into streaming and just convinced me just to be I don't know. He's a good guy, great streamer. I owe a lot to him. So I think I'm going to send you on the way towards him. In the meantime, fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, do something other than moving out on the hottest week of the year. Best advice I got. Take care, everybody. See you on Monday.